significance of the famous, you can say, mantra, Om Tat Sat. This Om Tat Sat mantra is a very famous mantra because it is associated with all religious activities, especially at the time of the conclusion. Always there is an expression, Om Tat Sat. Sometimes they add Brahmarpanamastu. So this is the practice. So we'll start from the verse 23. Om Tat Satiti Nirdesho Brahmanastrividha Smritaha Brahmanastena Vetascha Yajñascha Vihita Pura Om Tat Satiti Nirdesho Brahmanastrividha Smritaha Brahmanastena Vetascha Yajñascha Vihita Pura. See here it says this Om Tat Sat is considered to be the threefold designation of Brahman. By uttering this, the Brahmins, the Vedas, and the Yajñas were created long ago. See, this Om Tat Sat is a powerful mantra made up of three names of God or Brahman, we can call. Namely, Om is one name, Tat is another name, Sat is the third name. And the meaning of the word Om is protector of the world. The word Om is derived from the root A-U-V. Avati, Rakshayati, Palayasti, and so on. So Om means the protector of everything. Palanakarta, especially the devotees. This is the meaning of the word Om. Then the meaning of the word Tat is that Lord who is, it means the Lord who is beyond all the instruments of knowledge and who is incomprehensible, who is unobjectifiable. That means one who is not available for all the six pramanas. That is, it is called aprameya. That is the meaning of the word Tat. And the meaning of the word Sat is eternal principle. The one who ever exists in the form of the existence itself. Literally, the word Sat means the existence, and by the extension, it means the eternal principle, because existence is, or other existence exists always. Therefore, meaning of Om Tat Sat is the eternal, incomprehensible, then protector of the universe. And the mantra is here said as Brahmanas Nirdesha. the three names of Brahman. This powerful mantra, see, no. See, most even talks when they end or before the beginning, everywhere we have, heard this Om Tat Sat being uttered. This mantra has been employed by, it says, Sakshat Brahma, the creator of himself, when he undertook the most important job of his. What is that? Creation of the world, because of which alone he could successfully bring out a wonderful universe. The second significance is of the mantra Om Tat has been utilized by Brahmaji, the founder of the universe. This is the second point. And the third point Krishna highlights is, because of Brahma uttered this powerful mantra, this has become convention. Later, that means later, among all the spiritual seekers, to chant the same mantra during their spiritual sadhana. Because Brahmaji used the mantra during his activity. So the fourth point Krishna highlights is, since this mantra is very powerful one, by its utterance one can convert all the Rajasic and Tamasic activities into Sattvic activity. So let us look at the sloka now. Om Tatsadide Nirdesha. The word Om, Tat and Sat, these three are Trivida Nirdesha, the threefold Nama. Nirdesha means Nama of Brahman. Here Brahman means Ishvara. Chanting these three names, Vihitas, these wonderful creations have been made. What are the creations? Especially these three creations mentioned. They are called Yajna. Means the way of life, wise way of life, constructive way of using knowledge and power is called Yajna. Then Veda, the Vedic scriptures, which teach us the Yajna way of life. All these have been created by Brahman. By Lord Brahmaji, all these three have been created Purva, long before. And therefore, Om Tat Sat is a sacred mantra. So this is a short description of the mantra in verse 23. Now going to 24. Tasmadomichyutahritya yajnadana tapakriyaha pravartante vidhanoktaha satatam brahmavadinam. Tasmadomutyadahritya yajnadana tapakriyaha pravartante vidhanoktaha satatam brahmavadinam. It says, therefore, for those who are well versed in Vedas, the activities in the form of yajna, charities and austerities, which are mentioned by the scriptural injunctions, take place after the utterance of Om. So all the activities in the form of yajna or charity or austerities. Yajna, dana, tapa. So Om Tat Sat tradition was initiated by the founder of the very universe itself. And therefore, all the Brahmavadi means the followers of Vedas, Vedic followers, the spiritual seekers. Satatam iti udahritya. They also utter the mantra Om Tat Sat fully or partially. Either all the three names or any one of the nama like Om. Om iti udahritya. Brahmavadina satatam. Always their activities pravartante, proceed. Then Vedanoktaha, prescribed by the Vedas. All the activities prescribed in the scriptures meant for spiritual growth. What will help me in material growth? What will help me in spiritual growth? We will know from the scriptures. Therefore, Vedanoktaha. So the activities prescribed in the Veda Vidhi, Vedic teaching. Like Yajna, Tapakriya.
அவர்தான் வரணும் டாக்டர்கிட்ட போக. அவருக்கு போகிறதுக்கு நான் இது பண்ணிக்கணும். அவர்கள சத்தம் போட்டுப்பாரு
அந்த இத
அவர் போறதுக்கு. அவருக்கு உடம்பு சரியில்லைன்னா அவர்
உங்க இது ஆன்ல இருக்கு, கொஞ்சம் மியூட் பண்ணிக்கோங்க. தேங்க்யூ.
So Yajnadana Tapakriyaha. All the yajna, like Pancha Mahayajna, all types of dhanam and all types of tapa, kaika, vachika, manasa tapa, all of them the spiritual seekers perform uttering Om Tat Sat or sometimes merely Om. So we will go to 25. Tadityana pithantaya phalam yajnatapakriyaha danakriyacha vividaha kriyante mokshakamkshibihi. Tadityana pithantaya phalam yajnatapakriyaha Nanakriyacha vividhaha kriyante mokshakankshibihi. After uttering the word Tat, various activities in the form of yajna, dana, tapa, austerities and charities are undertaken by the seekers of liberation without expecting any result. Mokshakankshibihi kriyante. Some spiritual seekers use the mantra Tat only. Their primary goal is moksha. They look upon material benefits only as a sort of a byproduct. Therefore, phalam anibisandhaya. They look upon the internal growth as primary, the material benefit as incidental. So these people are called sattvic people. They are all spiritual seekers. It's not that they neglect money, but for them money is some sort of subservient to inner purity and spiritual growth. That's why they are called moksha kankshibhi, seekers of moksha. They are so mature, so therefore they consider dharma and moksha as superior to artha and kama. That is in the four purusharthas. Dharma, artha, kama, moksha. They consider dharma and moksha as superior to other two, artha and kama. Therefore, phalam anabhisandhaya, without being obsessed with material results. Here, phalam means artha kama. Well, just now we saw material. Anabhisandhaya, without being obsessed with that is, with their inner growth rather than external benefits. These are all straightforward. So we will go to 26. Sadbhave sadhubhave cha sadityetat prayujyate prasaste karmani tatha sachabdapartayujyate sadbhave sadhubhave cha sadityetat prayujyate prasaste karmani tatha sachabdapartayujyate. The word sat here is used in the sense of existence and goodness. Further, the word sat is used in the sense of good actions. He says, he addresses O Arjuna. There are some spiritual seekers who they use the name Sat along with their yajna, dana and tapa, because they are considered to be important activities of human being. Krishna gives here the meaning of the word Sat. He gives 5 meanings. I think first 3 are in this sloka. First meaning is Sadbhave Sat iti etat prayuchyate. Sadityetat prayuchyate. Sat iti etat prayuchyate. The word Sat is used in Sadbhave, in the meaning of nobility, goodness, good conduct, good behavior. This is Sadbhava. Noble people are called Satpurusha, Santaha. That's why they use the word like Sant Tukaram, Sant Namdev, like that. Sadbhava means good conduct. A sannyasi is also called sadhu. That is, it means goodness, sadhutvam. Therefore, any noble people like sannyasis, they are called sadhu. The second meaning of the word sat is existence. This we all know. Sadbhava means pure existence. Sadhubhava means good conduct. Then the third meaning is prasaste karmani. Any good karma is also called sat. Sat karma. This also we use very often. Prasaste karmani. Any great noble action is called sat. What is the difference between sadhubhava and prasaste karma? Sadhubhava refers to noble behavior or conduct. It is in the context of character. Here it is the meaning of action. Prasaste karma. Sat sabda partha yuchyate. The word is used in these three meanings. Aதாவது sadbhava and prasaste karmani. Sat sabdha. So these are the meaning in this particular sloka. Then other two we will see in the 27th verse. Yajne tapasi dane cha siddhi satiti chocyate karma chaiva tadartiyam sadityo vabhidiyate. Yajne tapasi dane cha siddhi satiti chocyate karma chaiva tadartiyam sadityo vabhidiyate. Says steadfastness in yajna, austerity and charity is also termed as sat. Again, any action for the sake of the Lord is indeed said to be sat. So the fourth meaning of the word sat is perseverance or commitment or willpower. Sthitihi, steadfastness. Steadfastness with regard to yajna, tapassi, danecha, with regard to the practice of these three spiritual disciplines. That is, commitment to yajna, commitment to tapas, and commitment to dhanam. This nishtha is also called sannishta. So sadbhavana, the character, satkarma, good action, satnishta, good commitment. In all these contexts, the word sat is used. In addition to eternal existence. So with this, the four meanings are over. The fifth meaning is karma chaiva tadarthiyam. Any other activity, any other secondary activity which will promote yajna, dhanam and tapas. Suppose I do a business and I earn a lot of money. It is a pakka commercial activity. But suppose I earn money and use the money for any noble purpose, like yajna, dhanam or tapas, then that business activity will become sat. Therefore, karma chaiva tadarthiyam, any karma even ordinary or meanest karma or grossest karma, which is supportive of yajna, dana and tapas. That is also called satkarma. Iti abhidhiyate, and they are called sat. These are the 5 meanings of the word sat. Thus, we can use Om or Tat or Sat, by which all our activities will be transformed to Sattvika, spiritual karma. And that is why in our tradition, at the end of all rituals, this Om Tat Sat is uttered. So next is the last verse. Krishna concludes with that. Asradaya hutam tattam tapastattam kritam chayat asadityate partha nachat tat pretyano iha. Asradaya hutam tattam tapastattam kritam chayat asadityate partha nachat tat pretyano iha. Here, whatever is offered as oblation, given as charity, practiced as austerity, and done as worship, without faith, is said to be asat. It fructifies neither here nor hereafter, O Arjuna. So, with the previous verse, Krishna has concluded the topic of the significance of Om Tat Sat mantra. What is the significance? It can convert any karma into sattvika karma. Asraddhaya hutam, any spiritual activity or religious activity done without shraddha, without sincerity. Hutam means offered into the fire. Any oblation made without shraddha, then dattam, any charity made without shraddha, without sincerity, and tapas tattam, any austerity practiced without shraddha, devotion or faith, yacha, or any other, even worldly activities, if we do without sincerity, especially the profession that we take to, anything done without any heart in it, asraddhaya hutam tattam tapastaptam kritam, and all such karmas are called asat karma. Even if it is a noble karma, it becomes asat because there is no heart in it. Therefore, Krishna says, Atajutyate asat iti uchyate, O Partha. That is, this is opposite of sat. And by practicing such asat karma, one will not get material benefit also, or spiritual benefit also. So, pretya no iha. It will not give any worldly benefit because with a stressed mind, you cannot enjoy even material pleasures. And therefore, ihaloka sukham abhinasti, and no pretya. There is no paraloka sukham also, paraloka phalam also. Therefore, Shraddha is very important. So, with the significance of Shraddha, Krishna concludes the 17th chapter. It started with Shraddha and now it is concluded with the same method. Om Sat Sadidi Srimad Bhagavad Gita Sumanishatsu Brahma Vidyayam Yoga Shastre Sri Krishna Arjuna Sampade Shraddhatraya Vibhaga Yogo Nama Saptadashodhyayah. Anyway, after this, we will see the summary also, which is very short. And before that, Varshini wanted to, she has something to talk about, I think, Shraddha. Varshini, please.
Hari Om Mama. Just a few words about Shraddha. The Sanskrit word Shraddha doesn't have an exact equivalent in English. Tattvabodha asks, what is the nature of Shraddha? It answers, faith in the words of Guru and the scripture is Shraddha. Aparoksha Anubhuti, verse 8 also says, Nigama Acharya Vakyeshu Bhaktihi Shraddheti Vishruta. Shraddha is implicit faith in the word of the scripture and the teacher. Viveka Chudamani, on the other hand, verse 25, is a bit more elaborate on Shraddha. That by which one understands the import of the scriptures as well as the pregnant words of advice of the preceptor is called by the wise as Shraddha. So, Shraddha in its meaning combines trust with unwavering attention to, but with a freedom to question what is being taught by the teacher. Adi Shankara also explains Shraddha in Chandogya Upanishad as well as in Brihadaranya Upanishad. See, the role of faith plays in Advaita may be visualized from day-to-day example in real life. Any transaction, if you take, that takes place between two individuals requires mutual faith in one another until at least the transaction is complete. For example, when you go to pick up a can of soup from a store, you have faith that what is described on the can truly present in it, inside it. Truly present inside it. As you pick up and walk, the shopkeeper has faith in you that you will make a payment. After that, it is up to you to experientially realize whether the claim made on the label of the can is true or not. So after that, it is up to you to experientially realize whether the claim made on the label of the can is true or not. Neither the can nor the shopkeeper can a priori make you feel the taste without your own effort and experience. Right? So similarly, Advaita wants you to have faith in what it and the teacher say only till the transaction of the teaching is completed. The word Shraddha appears in about 15 verses in Bhagavad Gita, right from the 3rd chapter to the 18th chapter. A close examination what is being taught there in each verse will give a correct feel for the meaning of the word Shraddha. While chapter 17 specifically details the 3 types of Shraddha, chapter 3 sets the stage for implementing this faith through action. In chapter 3, Karma Yoga, Shraddha is implicitly foundational to performing duty, Swadharma, without selfish attachment. The key aspects of Shraddha in chapter 3 is conviction in duty, action without attachment, the contrast to hypocrisy, surrender to the divine. Now we will see one after another. Only the key points or the summary I will give you because everybody knows If I tell chapter 4, chapter 1, like that. Now we have seen chapter 3. Now in chapter 4, verse 39, importance of faith in gaining knowledge. Chapter 6, if you take verse 37, Arjuna asks about the fate of the unsuccessful yogi who is endowed with faith, but whose mind wanders from yoga. There also the word Shraddha has got a different meaning. Chapter 7, verse 21 and 22, Krishna, he stabilizes the faith. Chapter 9, verse 3, those who are faithless in this dharma, now here it is faithless. It goes on like that. Chapter 9, verse 3 it is. Chapter 12, verse 2 and 20 speaks about faith in bhakti. Krishna considers them the best yogis, extremely dear to him. Chapter 17, 1, 2, 3, 17 and 28 verses, they deal about 3 types of faith. Actions are done without faith are fruitless. Now the last chapter, that is chapter 18, 71, verse 71, Shraddha here is highlighted as a crucial active faculty of the heart and mind necessary for spiritual progress and liberation. So Shraddha, the word Shraddha keeps coming in different verses in different chapters of Bhagavad Gita, but it has got different meaning in different verse. So, like Lord Krishna says that whatever we do, we should have Shraddha. Thank you so much for giving me an opportunity. Hari Om. Thank you, Mama.
Yes.
Like this, Mama, Shraddha and the Sanskrit word is nammalaala correct exact meaning solla mudiyadhu, equivalent English. Adhe madri the Shastra vaarthar pattha adukku kuda namakku exact English word or Tamil word solla mudiyadhu illaya
இது கரெக்ட். நிறைய இருக்கு இந்த மாதிரி வேர்ட்ஸ். ஈவன் தர்மா டைரக்ட் இது இல்லவே இல்லை. அது மாதிரி there are quite a few words. Yeah. Anyway, we'll quickly see the summary.
Okay. Thank you.
10 minutes after. Are you? See, in chapters 13, 14 and 15, Lord Krishna concentrated on the topic of self-knowledge in all the 3 chapters. And the self-knowledge is capable of giving liberation. In fact, self-knowledge alone is capable of giving liberation or freedom from samsara. Samsara being dissatisfaction with oneself. That is self-inadequacy. The tendency to become different from what I am now. Because I am not satisfied with myself as I am, I want to change myself, either financially or educationally or physically, and so many things. The struggle to be different is called samsara. Remember, if you see short, you see. And this struggle will go away only by knowledge. And that knowledge Krishna dealt with in the 13, 14 and 15 chapters. The self-knowledge requires a lot of preparation. It requires a prepared mind. And therefore, Krishna wants to deal with a prepared mind in the next 2 chapters. That is 16 and 17, which we just saw. Actually, the sattvic state of mind is only, it is, that alone is a prepared mind. Krishna wants to point out that a sattvic state of mind is that which naturally follows the values of life. That is, it is naturally dharmic, it is naturally ethical, it is naturally free from stress and strain, it is relaxed, it is naturally open, it is receptive. Such a receptive, open, ethical, and stress-free, relaxed, wonderful, quiet mind will attain the knowledge, absorb the knowledge, like a sponge absorbing water. If such sattvic mind, it is not there, one will not be able to absorb the knowledge. There will be tremendous resistance. The unprepared mind cannot retain the knowledge. Immediately we will understand, but it is difficult to retain. And such an unprepared mind cannot assimilate the knowledge. That is another thing. The knowledge will be there, we would have been, it would have been attained, but it is non-functional. It will not deliver the expected results. So in the 16th chapter, the differentiated vibhaga, the prepared and unprepared mind, in the form of Daivi Sampat and Asuri Sampat, it was now discussed. And the same differentiation he is doing in the 17th chapter also, with the same but different name. A prepared mind is called a sattvic mind, and an unprepared mind is called a rajasic and a tamasic mind. Therefore, these two chapters are very important. And if a person concentrates on a sattvic mind, developing a sattvic mind, the beauty is, even without self-knowledge, a sattvic mind can enjoy 90% liberation, it is said. Even if one does not get self-knowledge, by sheerly enjoying a sattvic state of mind, a person can have 90% peace. So these two chapters are important, not for mere study, but for implementation in life. So we will see the essence of this chapter. The chapter begins with a question from Arjuna, based on Krishna's statement in the 16th chapter. In 16th chapter, Krishna said that the scriptures are the guidelines in directing one's life. Because scriptures alone can take care of your spiritual growth and material need parallelly. Without the scriptural guidance, there will be a lopsided development. Either a person concentrates on spirituality and neglects the family, or a person takes care of the material growth, but spiritually it is pathetic. But the scriptural guidance is so balanced that it will take care of the material needs as well as spiritual needs. Therefore, Krishna said, Tasmat Sastram Pramanam te Karya Akarya Vyavashchitau, in the 16th chapter. Therefore, Arjuna asked a question. Suppose there are people who are scripturally illiterate, they are not studied. They take to, spiritual type of, the life of puja, japa, etc. Because of their faith in religion, because of faith in God. Actually, in our country, even now, millions of people are religious and faithfully they follow all rituals, and they are but illiterate about the scriptures. So Arjuna's question was, what would be the nature of such people? And Krishna answers that. And that is the trigger for 17th chapter. We just now, we recently saw all these points, we'll remember. The chapter is divided into 3 portions. The first is from verse 1 to 6, wherein Krishna answers Arjuna's question regarding faith. Shraddha Tray Vibhagaha. And based on this alone, the chapter itself is called Shraddha Tray Vibhagaha. And this is the first topic. From verse 7 to 22, we have 4 topics, which Krishna himself voluntarily offers to deal with these 4 topics. What are they? Ahara, Yajna, Tapaha, Dhanam. That is food, worship, discipline, and charity. So we recently saw all this. Then from verse 23 to 28, which we saw just now, they deal with the significance of the famous mantra Om Tat Sat and its significance. Now going back to the first topic, Krishna says that Shraddha, faith of every person, can be divided into Sattvic, Rajasic, and Tamasic based on the type of worship that he undertakes, based on the deity, based on the method, and based on the motive. That is, deity, method, and motive will determine the type of faith. If a person has Sattvic faith, he will be attracted to Sattvic deities. If he has Rajasic faith, Rajasic deities. That is materialistic. And if he has Tamasic faith, he will be attracted to Tamasic deities. So, depending on the deities of worship, one can know the faith. That is Shraddha. Then, depending upon the method of worship, if it is Sattvic faith, the method of worship will be Sattvic. That means it will be quiet and turned inward. Manapradhana. It is more mentally oriented and it is less physical and less extrovert in this type of Sattvic worship. And in the case of Rajasic faith, the worship will be more physical and extrovert. Want to do a lot of things, lot of activities, lot of running about. More physical and extrovert is Rajasic. And Tamasic is all forms of violent type of worship, in which there is violence in one's own body and violence towards the others outside also. And finally, the motive. A Sattvic type will have Sattvic motive, which means one is interested more in the inner growth rather than external. So when the motive is internal growth, it is Sattvic state. When the motive is external growth in terms of possession and money, it is Rajasic. When the motive is harming other people, like black magic, etc., that will come under Tamasic phase. Thus, the deity, method, and motive of worship will indicate whether one is Sattvic, Rajasic, or Tamasic, Shraddha. This is the discussion from 1 to 6. Then Krishna introduces 4 topics. He said Ahara. and food that one consumes is also a contributory factor towards one's spiritual growth. And Krishna divided the food into sattvic, rajasic and tamasic. Then with regard to yajna, our activities are also divided into sattvic, rajasic and tamasic. With regard to religious activities, the division is any religious activity, yajna, used for internal growth is sattvic. Any religious activity used for external material growth is rajasic, and religious activity used for harming others is tamasic. Any worldly activity in which the beneficiaries are more in number, it is sattvic. Lesser the beneficiaries, more rajasic it is. Greater or more the beneficiaries, the sattvic is the activity. And any activity which harms others, hurts others, all those activities are tamasic activities. Then the next one is tapas. Tapas means discipline. Krishna talks about the discipline at the organ level, kayika, vachika or manasa level, and also discipline at guna level, sattvika, rajasa and tamasa, tapas. And finally we touched dhanam. It is the fourth topic. Then comes last portion. That is from 23rd to 28th, which we saw in this class. That is significance of Om Tat Sat. This mantra consists three mantras of the Lord, and even though all the names of the Lord are equally sacred, these three are considered significant because these three are supposed to be used by Brahma in the beginning of the creation. So this is the, 3 chapters, especially the 17th one, which we just now saw. So with this, summary is over. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamaya Purnameva Vashishyate
Purnameva Vashishyate. Hari Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha.
Any questions?
Shanti, Shanti, Shanti.